Knight Captain Ryland satisfied with his post?
It's not an easy assignment, but if anyone can handle the approach, it's him.
Bueno, vamos a ello. Dame un segundo. A ver. Tengo las gafas asquerosas, asquerosas, asquerosas. Yo creo que era mejor. No, sin duda.
Let's see what we have. Inquisitor?
To work?
It's good to see you.
What do the people make of us?
Perdón.
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
No, si ya esto me cargo el micrófono.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Ban Vigard of Ferelden is visiting. An honor, to be sure. Please show no alarm if you hear shouting in his quarters at night.
Shouting?
His lordship spent half a year with his lands under siege by Darkspawn during the Ferelden Blight. His wife informs me the band still sleeps rather.
Maravilloso.
A pleasure.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
You must have an opinion of Dorian.
Who hasn't? The man could cause a scene standing quietly in the center of an empty room. I do believe he has your best interest at heart, for all that he delights in mocking them from time to time.
Hola, adiós.
Goodbye.
Something you wanted to talk about? About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
Carry on.
Ships launch on changing winds. Dizzy sometimes like the top of the stairs, but sometimes like dancing.
I found the amulet that Solus told us about. Would you like to try it on?
Yes, but not here. I like it here. We need some place that can go away if it becomes sharp.
Vale, no
What do
problem.
I do with it?
You found one of the amulets. Excellent. May I? It is simple enough. You put it on, I charge it with magic, and you should be protected.
Are you ready, Cole?
They can't make me a monster.
What was that?
Cosas.
Oh, what are you doing to the kid?
Stopping blood mages from binding me like the demons at Adamant. But it didn't work.
Something is interfering with the enchantment.
Something like Cole not being a demon?
Solus, is it possible that the amulet doesn't work on Cole because he's too human?
Regardless of Cole's special circumstances, he remains a spirit.
Yes, a spirit who is strangely like a person.
I don't matter. Just lock away the parts of me that someone else could knot together to make me follow.
Focus on the amulet. Tell me what you feel.
Warm, soft blanket covering, but it catches tears. I'm the wrong shape. There's something. There. That way.
We'll find whatever is preventing the amulet from working, and we'll make it right.
All right, kid. Get Cullen and work with him on the map to figure out where you're sensing something wrong.
Will you come with me? All of you?
Sure. All right, I get it. You like spirits. But he came into this world to be a person. Let him be one.
If I see a way to protect Cole without taking away whatever he is, I'll use it. But Cole clearly needs our help.
I'm not saying we do nothing. But that ritual of theirs only works on demons, right?
This is not some fanciful story, child of the stone. We cannot change our nature by wishing.
You don't think?
However we deal with the problem, our next step is to track down whatever is interfering with the enchantment.
Eso ha sonado a que le estaba insultando, ¿eh? Yo solo lo digo.
Yeah, this should get me through the month. Give me a moment. Greetings. Can I help you?
You killed me.
What? I don't even know you.
You forgot. You locked me in the dungeon in the spire, and you forgot, and I died in the dark.
The spire?
Cole, stop.
Just take it easy, kid.
He killed me. He killed me. That's why it doesn't work. He killed me, and I have to kill him back.
Te estás pasando.
Before anyone gets killed, I need to know what's going on.
Cole, this man cannot have killed you. You are a spirit. You have not even possessed a body.
A broken body, bloody, banged on the stone cell, guts gripping in the dark, dank. A captured apostate. They threw him into the dungeon in the spire at Val Royo. They forgot about him. He starved to death. I came through to help. And I couldn't. So I became Cole.
If Cole was an apostate, that'd make the guy we just saw a Templar. Must have been buying lyrium.
Let me kill him. I need to.
Solus?
We cannot let Cole kill the man.
I don't think anyone was going to suggest that, Chuckles.
Cole is a spirit. The death of the real Cole wounded him, perverted him from his purpose. To regain that part of himself, he must forgive.
Come on. You don't just forgive someone killing you.
You don't. A spirit can.
Varric?
The kid's angry. He needs to work through it.
A spirit does not work through emotions. It embodies them.
But he isn't a spirit, is he? He made himself human. And humans change. They get hurt. And they heal. He needs to work it out like a person.
You would alter the essence of what he is.
He did that to himself when he left the Fade. I'm just helping him survive it.
¡Hala! ¡Qué pedazo Ray! Joder, gracias, Sergio.
Cole will never grow into a real person
No, no
until
puede
he comes
ser,
to terms
no
with
puede
what
ser, lo voy a
happened.
decir así de claro. Puede ser que no tenga aprobación de solas, oh Dios mío.
All right, kid. You want revenge?
Muchas gracias,
Come with
Sergio.
me.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry isn't going to help him now, is it, kid?
No.
Pull the trigger and put him down like a mad dog. Do it.
No!
How you doing, kid?
Me tienes en mucha estima, Sergio, gracias.
No. forget.
No. He needs to remember. You too.
Nunca había hecho esta misión. Estoy completando muchísimo el juego. Pero bueno, como
For all
juego
we
me voy a
know,
tomar unas
the
vacaciones.
amulet will now never function. Cole remains vulnerable to binding.
No, he isn't. The amulet didn't work because he's too human, right? Maybe now the kid's also too human for that binding magic to work on him.
I hope you're right.
It still hurts. When do I stop hurting?
Being with your friends can make you feel better.
Come on, kid. Let's go for a walk. It'll clear your head.
The left hand misses a friend with 2 different names. She's hurting, sad, alone, but everyone can see me now. They remember. How do I put honey in Leliana's wine without her noticing?
I can help with that.
It is good that he is not entirely changed, however human he becomes.
Muy bien, una cosa menos. A ver, ¿qué yo tengo aquí? Esta misión es maravillosa. Y me voy a llevar a...
We cannot allow the Red Templars to maintain a foothold here.
Bueno, a ver. De momento vamos bien y no me ha salido ningún bug, pero yo no,
This might interest you,
no
sir.
pondría las manos en el fuego porque no salga ninguno.
This may be worthwhile.
Me he metido pues que más difícil. Bueno, mira, ahí tenéis el bug del día del soldado metido dentro de la tierra. No es tan gracioso como el protagonista haciendo el moonwalk, pero tiene su aquel. Se convirtió en un enano. Vamos para allá.
More red lyrium. It spread far.
Ahí está. Pero queréis entrar, macho. Sois tan lerdos que no sabéis entrar. Son tan lerdos que no saben entrar, de verdad. Ay, qué angustia. Puesto Parrick no entra porque tampoco sabe entrar por la puerta. De verdad que angustia. Angustia. Negro.
The Red Templars have dug in here.
I'm ready. Let's root them out.
Ah, bien, empezamos maravillosamente con inventario lleno, ¿cómo no? ¿Cómo no? Chan, chan, chan. tengo que fabricarle un bastón en condiciones a Dorian, de verdad. Y eso de que vaya melee no me hace mucha gracia. Moneditas. Ah, qué bien. Este no está mal. Y ahí hay un mineral. Qué bien. Más moneditas. Más moneditas. Bueno, aquí nos explican de los descastados de la superficie. Y este es el que está afuera. Vale, pues ala. Ay, qué sustio. Mira. Joder, Pepe, qué susto me has dado con el chocobo. Y mira que lo puse yo, ¿eh?
I have to wonder about the Templars who serve the Inquisition. Must be difficult to see their fellows turned.
Hola, Zumi. ¿Cómo estamos? Estoy aquí esperando a que se instale el Elder Scroll Online. Así que he dicho, ¿por qué no hago un directo si llevo todo el fin de semana sin hacerlo? Y mira que probé el Elden Ring. En principio no debería, ¿eh? En principio aquí solo tiene que haber templarios. Bien. He probado el Elden Ring. No se me ha dado tan mal como esperaba que se me iba a dar. Lo que pasa que mi queja, los diálogos son enanos. No nos tienen en cuenta los cegatos. Me tuve que acercar muchísimo. Pero, ¿qué es eso? ¡Ay, Dios mío! Cosa más fea. Cosa más fea. Qué susto. por aquí de momento no podemos pasar, así que vamos para el otro lado. Que eso, estuve jugando al del Elden Ring y me estuvo gustando. ¿Que podría haber seguido jugando? Pues sí, pero es que me cansa mucho el tema del diálogo, porque cuanto más pequeños son los diálogos, peor para mí, porque se me cansa muchísimo la vista. Mira, allá hay otro. No había visto estos enemigos nunca, chaval. Creo que me pasa el juego veces, pero... ¡Oh, Dios!
I believe we've broken the Templar's hold here.
Ciudad de poder.
Don't still look seaworthy.
Sí, pero yo no he terminado de ver el sitio este. A ver. Ahí están los lotos negros.
I overheard you at the tavern, Blackwall, asking about the Inquisitor and
Ya
I.
están hablando.
I was unsure I'd heard correctly.
You have a question? Are your whiskers quivering with curiosity?
I would not pry into the Inquisitor's business.
Are you certain? I can draw diagrams.
No, thank you.
Puto Dorian, tío. No tiene otra cosa mejor que hacer. Sí, pero por aquí no puedo pasar. Tengo que dar rodeos. Vale, por aquí todavía no puedo pasar, entonces... Ay, pues nada, vamos al bote. Vale, creo que esa llave se hace en la mesa de guerra. Bueno, pues luego cuando se pueda. Se hace la mesa de, se hace lo de la misión esa y ya está. Y ya regresaremos. No hay problema. Está todo pensado. Bueno, he subido a Twitter un dibujo de cómo es Luna en mi cabeza y cómo sería si el editor de personajes me permitiese hacerlo como yo me lo imagino. Por eso os apetece verlo.
What do we expect to find here?
No sé dónde hemos llegado. Pero bueno, nosotros vamos a seguir a ver qué hay. Ahora me aparecerá el dragón de la costa de la tormenta. Y me cagaré en todo.
I wager the beast won't be far off.
Here I was hoping for a seaside picnic.
Ahí está. ¿Lo intentamos? Venga, vamos a intentarlo. matado a Barry. Maravilloso. A mí que no tengo nivel para esto. Pues nada, correr, 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 correr. Sí, sí. Voy a utilizar la legendaria técnica de ¡corre! ¡Corre por lo que más quieras! Corre, 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 corre. No tengo nivel todavía para cargarme al bicho ese. No, tú, que ahora me mato yo sola por aquí tirándome por el acantilado. Gracias. Bueno, ya sabemos dónde no tenemos que ir. Ay, de verdad, Hay que subir de nivel, hay que subir. Ahora vamos a ir a hacer una misión de Barry, pero primero quiero ir a hablar con...
I would have been merciful, Mayor.
We all did. Hard to remember. If you require any assistance. Yes?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up at court here.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Gislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
You're married to the Duke de Gislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Gislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago.
Ah, son muy abiertos.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
You think that you and I might, someday...
You and I? Don't be absurd, my dear.
Qué manera de rechazarme, chaval.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The circle is an idea, my dear, and an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you lead all the loyalists, why only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
Tengo ahí un bug que me marca los libros cuando en realidad ya he hecho esa misión. Así como datos, a ver.
Inquisitor.
Vale, vamos a Balamar, que está por aquí cerca. Ya hemos entrado. Y de hecho lo limpiamos. ¿Qué hace esta peña aquí? Balamar. En principio no debería haber arañas, pero no lo sé. O sea, esta zona ya la había limpiado en su momento, pero como es otra misión diferente, pues habrá más cosas.
Finally. Started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick.
These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
The mining cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of deep roads entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the deep roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me. This is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys. Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves. Do now?
That letter you sent me about the red lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
Some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
Need to seal that tunnel.
built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave.
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Eric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Admitted, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you. This is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartram's guild dinner? You might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
¿Qué ha pasado? Que ha salido ardiendo, pobrecillo. Coño, hay un mago. No, voy a ir a por ti.
How long are you gonna be in Orlais, do you think?
As long as this weird shit is going on, at least. Maybe longer. Why?
You'll have to stop by before Bogdan gets back. You should see my new workshop.
I'll see what I can do. You know your family will kill me if I stop by, right?
They're not gonna kill you.
You always say that, and they always send assassins.
be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You were the one who leaked the Tig's location.
It's not like that. Not entirely. Shit. When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to help your brother, don't you? I just wanted to figure it out.
Did you figure it out?
Actually, yes. I found out that red lyrium... It has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
That name means something to you, Varric.
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
Mafarath's balls, she couldn't. I told her exactly how bad this shit was. I told her to keep away from it.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of
Oh,
what I
eso
should
es un
have
golpe
done?
bajo.
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Oh, for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is, I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
You realize that nothing has actually been stopping you from doing that.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Chan chan. Todo esto vamos a hablar con Cole. Creme subiendo, sentándose en el respaldo de la silla, un clásico. ¿Ves? Ahí está el bug.
Faith seeks a friend in compassion, cautious, careful, too much grey but growing.
How'd you like to get out of here? Maybe do something fun.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Come on.
Vámonos de fiesta con Cole. ¿Por qué no? ¿Qué puede fallar? Un montón de cosas.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. May I bring a sampling of fine cheeses for you and your guest?
I don't eat.
Well then, just a bottle of a fine Ghislaine White to start. Please enjoy your meal this evening, your worship.
He saw me. They all see me.
I'm glad you've allowed them to.
I don't know if I did. I find people when their pain leaves them open. I ease the pain. I leave, they forget. That was enough for me. Now they remember, and I'm not sure...
Cole?
I told you about Reese, the mage who could see me, my friend. My only friend for a long time. Evangeline showed me that Templars could be kind, but even she...
Cole, if this is troubling, we don't have to talk about it.
Gentle. You watch me walk into darkness over and over, and you always worry.
A ver, somos amigos.
Thank you. But this isn't about them. It's about... When I found out I wasn't human, when I grew, I lost Reese. I lost my only friend. That's why I was scared about letting all these people see me. That's why I laughed.
You're laughing at yourself.
Yes. This world taught me that changing means losing your friends.
Sí, ¿verdad?
But now I know that doesn't have to be true. I have enough self to know that what I felt was foolish. Isn't it wonderful?
It's another good step, Cole.
I might like being human. What do you think I'll learn next?
Amiguis. Estilo. Hombre, lo podemos dejar con Dorian y que le curta. No creo que le crezca pelo.
From Haven's fire come we, the able to... Back, yeah? Always good.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
What about Dorian?
You're having it off with him. You don't need me talking, but I do anyway.
Ya te lo estás montando con él, ya que
We'll
más da.
talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Vamos el libro de sal. Sí, hay bardos. Bueno, bardos.
Your worship graces me with blessed eyes.
Hay trovadores.
What's the current mood?
Obsequious.
What's the word out there?
Someone requested a dragon flagon. I drew him out.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Hey, that elven redhead who makes the buns in the kitchen. Is she available? Because I'm getting signals.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Shame the alliance with the Chief's people didn't work out. He hasn't said anything, but he's feeling it.
I wanted to talk about you, if that's all right.
Está subido encima de la
Wasn't
silla
a
porque
slave,
sí.
but even citizens have it rough if they're not mages. I was a soldier, but women joined the ranks under a different program. When they found out I was passing, it got ugly. I ran, met Bull near the border, and ended up here. Not a life I'd wish on everyone, but it'll do.
You said you left Tevinter when they discovered your secret.
Women are allowed to serve, but only in certain ranks and disciplines. I was up for promotion, but the healer I'd bribed to sign off on my physical had to tend to his sick magister. When the replacement healer saw what was or wasn't in my paths, he made threats. It was slavery or death, so I knocked him out and ran.
We'll talk later.
Chiquito, chiquito. Cremes trans. Lo tratan con muchísima naturalidad, como puedes comprobar.
I trust all is well.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
Ojalá
Not a
pudiese
cure.
comprarle cosas.
Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
There are so many tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
So that book you were reading.
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses.
Oh, qué bien.
It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
It's just a little unexpected.
I don't need anyone picturing me mooning over stolen kisses.
Is that what you're doing? Mooning?
I will never hear the
No,
end
no
of
lo
this,
voy a
will I?
olvidar. Me voy a meter contigo todo lo que pueda.
Place to save lives. What could be more important? talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
All's well?
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Oversupplied. Never thought a mountain pass could seem like luxury.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
Taken his army. He lacks the conventional forces to take Orlais. He must see Orlais destroyed utterly by whatever means possible, not merely thrown into chaos.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
All right. What can I tell you?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake out of the Fade became troublesome.
Spirits try to tempt you.
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If Corypheus destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Always with the questions. What will people say?
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
Strange? Why are you less qualified to rule than some town with a fancy crown? Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
What is the Magisterium exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later. Lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do
A veces Dorian
rule
parece gallego.
If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything.
Depende.
Even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what, 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the
Se pone como muy espídico.
anathema so far as they're concerned.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be a heathen. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I need to talk to you.
Oh? I am, as you say down south, all ears.
Let's do something interesting.
More interesting than wandering the countryside killing random strangers? Perish the
Puto Dorian.
But if you insist, a game of wicked grace will have to do. Time to take all your coin.
Y lo que no es, son los cuartos también. Véase la ropa.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Me acaba de crujir la espalda que flipas.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier. Welcome back to Skyhold. After the terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
I could use the left hand of the Divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
Okay.
It sounds like you did some unscrupulous things as the left hand.
Perhaps, but wouldn't you do anything to protect what you love?
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
We'll talk more later.
Your worship.
Farewell.
Make her go with you. Your worship.
Ok.
Did you need something?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task.
Cualquiera se
I admit,
aburriría.
my mind sometimes wandered.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
Pues lo vamos a dejar aquí. Así que nada, gracias por estar aquí y todo eso. Chaito. ¿Os pongo el coffee?